Hey guys, what is going on? It is DaBoki here once again. It is time for a DaBoki's Top 5. So recently I've been playing my archer class and I've been feeling very nostalgic because it was one of my first classes that I made back in the day, and I wanted to go ahead and revisit some of the old training maps that I had the best memories, and it was great training, very populated, and it was just some of the greatest times I had on MapleStory, and I wanted to share with you guys. Unfortunately, I was not able to find a few of them because they don't exist anymore in MapleStory GMS, so we'll have to use our imaginations and storytelling with some pictures to get some of those maps going. But anyways, this is DaBoki's Top 5 pretty big bang training maps. Number 5, Deep Sea Gorge 1 Gobies and Bonefish. Ladies and gentlemen, this map is located in Aqua, and if you have not had the pleasure to train in Aqua before, I would say you are not missing much. The mobility in these maps are so crazy. You move like a potato with jetpacks on. You're not really sure which direction you're going, but what I love about Aqua maps is that it evens the playing field for everyone, because back in the day, archers had the worst mobility ever, but in Aqua, everyone was equal, so it just took away everyone's flash jump, teleports. You pretty much all moved the same, like you had no clue where you're going. Trying to chase these little gobies down twice the speed of you was a rush, let me just tell you that much. Now, the party play in this map was the best. That's why it has to make it my top 5, because you had to really work with your party members in order to get the most efficient EXP. You would have to work together to get the gobies all mobbed into one area, make sure that they're following you, get them into the top or the bottom of the map, and just mob them down with your party members. Now, it was important to try to have a magician with you in these maps because the bonefish did the cancel physical damage, so you wanted to make sure that you had someone that was able to do the magical damage. So it was good to get a variety of people in your party, and everyone contributed, and you'd rarely see one person training alone in here, and it was always packed, and it was always a good time. Number 4, Hidden Street, the Land of Wild Boar 1. Now, this map does not exist anymore in MapleStory GMS, and the wild boars have changed quite significantly. Back in the day, they used to be level 25 and they gave about 42 XP, and this was not a very popular map, and I'm not choosing this in my top 5 because it was popular or it gave crazy amounts of XP, but the reason why I'm choosing this map is because it kind of made me view MapleStory in a different way. So I had a pretty good friend. He was quite older than I was back in the day. He already had a family and kids, and he was really smart, and I viewed him as a professional player. And what he recommended for me whenever I asked him where to train, he would always lead me to wild boars, and this was until level 70. And you know, these wild boars are level 25 giving 42 XP, and he wanted me to stay there till level 70. And you know, I was like thinking, I can't grind here from level 20 to 70 on wild boars. But he did that, and he did that for like 4 or 5 characters. He sat me down and was like, Dave, these wild boars, their spawn rate is incredible. It doesn't matter what level they are. They're giving you the most amount of XP that you could possibly want. You know, all the other maps, sure, they're higher level monsters, they're giving more XP, but it just doesn't add up to what the wild boars can give you. So it really made me kind of think, maybe I don't have to fight monsters at my level always, and maybe that's not always the best XP, but it's more of the abundance of the spawn, and what the map platforms and map layouts of the maps. Now, of course, it's just very common sense. We have battle analysis, we know what maps are good for maneuvering, it's a spawn rates, but back in the day it was less trivial, and you know, it was pretty cool because it really made my brain think about better and most efficient training maps. Number 3, Practice Field Beginner Mulong Straw Training Dummies. That is right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the good old STD. Now, this map was hot and popular back in the day. You cannot find a free channel to save your life, and it was even more difficult to find a channel being an archer, because the archer back then was the slowest moving slug that you would ever meet. You didn't want to associate yourself with archers because you didn't want to catch their slowness, and it was just very difficult. Archers had nothing to offer to the party except for sharp eyes later on, and you know, maybe their cunningness or their good looks, but other than that, it was just, they were just potatoes back then, and it was very difficult to hold a map because when they saw an archer in one of these maps, they saw a free map. They would KS me. You don't know how many times I've cried, got angry, emotions were just poured into this map. Now, this map is very special too because I did meet Tammy on this map. She and I would train this map, and we would split this map in half. So there was a flagpole in the middle, and we would take our respectful sides. And that's kind of how you would train these maps in a more civil way. You know, if someone wanted to come and share the map, you would take one side of the map. Having Tammy there now, she was an assassin. The assassins were kill-stealing machines, alright? So if someone wanted to start a fight, I would just call Tammy over and she would just flex her muscles and boom, they were gone. And it was just easy like that. So I kind of had like a bodyguard there. Now you did get a few people that didn't want to leave. They wanted to fight you for your map and they were relentless. They wanted to hold their ground and show that they were superior. And these people brought something insane with them, and that was the kill stealing wars. And this is why this map takes it to my top 5. It's because of how big these kill stealing wars got. So let me paint this picture for you guys. First, guilds would come. Alright, so maybe get like 10 or 15 people in this map, which is crazy. And then the guilds would start calling their friends guilds over, and then you'd start getting 20 or 30. And then on top of that, people would start smegaing. Alright, who knows why people are smegaing? They're just saying, KS War is happening, Straw Training Dummies, Channel 6, come and get it. And people would just come over from all over the Maple world. Alright, so I'm sitting there trying to train, I'm shooting my double shot while there's 40 people on this map, and people are literally selling things in there. And people are spamming selling gold ores for, you know, 10k mesos or whatever. And I'm like, do you mind? I'm training on this map and there's an economy forming. That's how many people start to gather in one place. When an economy starts to build in one area, that's a lot of people there. Even though there was a lot of heartache and a lot of sadness that came with this map, it was still a great map because of how much emotions was drawn to this map. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the Straw Training Dummies. Number 2, the Forest of Golems, aka Fog. Now this map was located on the outskirts of Sleepywood, and sadly this map does not exist anymore in MapleStory GMS, but this map did contain the Dark Stone Golems and the Mixed Golems, and the layout of this map was very special. It was separated about 4 to 5 platforms stacked on top of each other, and each person needed to take their platform and kill as fast as possible so the monsters would spawn for the other people's platforms. So it was really cool to see everyone kind of work together. Now the reason why this map stands out so much in my mind, it was a very good place to train first of all, but second of all, it was because of the amounts of good times I had with the people, and you know, I made some of my closest MapleStory friends on this map, and that was because after like a few hour grinding session, we would actually clear out the bottom of this map and we would have story time. So after the monsters would stop spawning on the bottom, we'd go ahead and all sit down in chairs and we would just take turns telling stories and getting to know each other more. I thought that was like super cool for a party to do. You know, not only do you train together, but you guys kind of bond and connect as people, and that was just really awesome to see. Number 1, Destroy Dragon Nest Newts located in Leafree. Now this map, ladies and gentlemen, has to take my number 1 spot because I pretty much love everything about this map. The way it sounds, the way it looks, the types of monsters that spawn here, the amounts of party play that was needed to make this map efficient. I just had a lot of great memories on this map, and especially being an archer, I only could train on one spot in this map, alright? That was the middle platform hitting the first 2 newts, because if I tried to deviate in anywhere else in this map, I would die. I would get one-shotted because the big bag bazookas would come and spawn up out of the grounds and they would kill me. Even the 3rd newt on the middle platform would spawn one of those big baddies and I would have to call like a professional over to come and kill it. It was almost like an iron boar spawning in Pig Beach or something. It was catastrophic, so it was insane. And you know, I'd always admire the people that were able to train on the bottom floor. Alright, just quick shout out to all you OGs out there that made it to the bottom floor of the nudies map and that was able to tank those big baddies, because I just thought you guys are so cool and so professional looking, like jumping around, maneuvering, tanking the hits, and I was just sitting there hitting the 1-2 newts. So that has been my top 5 training maps of pre-Big Bang, and I know these maps aren't the best for the XP necessarily, but for me personally, it was the most fun and probably the most memories and good times that I've had on MapleStory, and that's why they made it on my top 5 training maps on pre-Big Bang. If you guys did enjoy, definitely leave a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more top 5s, you guys can leave some suggestions in the comments below. I know it's been a while since I've done this, and I hope you guys did enjoy. This has been DaBoki. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.